Hello everyone, and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we have Supreme Plus skill upgrades of two heroes, Indris and Gerda. We're going to begin by talking about Indris. We're also going to be doing some PvP showcasing and also some Titan Reaver Dream, basically boss content. Interesting top teams. So the enhanced force of Indris. Within 4 seconds after Indris breaks an enemy's weakness, each of his normal attack arrow that hits that enemy will deal extra physical damage, equal to 5% of the enemy's maximum health, and for boss battles, of course, this damage will be capped at 150% of Indris' attack. However, each one of Indris' normal attack doesn't just fire one arrow, it fires 3 arrows. If you look at his skill over here, Indris' normal attack fires 3 arrows, which means that instead of getting 150% of his attack multiplier's bonus damage each normal attack, you're going to get 3 times that, which is 450% of his attack multiplier every time he normal attacks, lasting for 4 seconds after he breaks an enemy's weakness. Now, how do you break the weakness? You have to have 3 afflicted stat reduction debuffs from Indris or his allies, and then the enemy's weakness will be exposed. And this can be a little bit difficult. However, for Dream Realm content or even boss content, usually you do have enough debuffers to get this covered. And then he's going to have, bonus true damage from this skill, as you see here. But now, from a Supreme Plus skill upgrade, he's just going to have bonus raw damage, physical damage from his upgrade here. So basically, all of this is going to make Indris a better boss damage dealer. Now, for PvP, there's still issues, definitely. I don't consider Indris to be great in PvP, even though we're going to show you maybe an example of a duel battle. But, the thing is, this is more for boss. Indris is more of a boss killing hero. Because over time, prolonged 90-second duration, he can get off a lot of damage. And also, he has the defense shred, which is useful to boost your overall physical damage from your team. So with all of that being said, on the VN server right now, after the Supreme Plus skill upgrade, for the 3rd Titan Reaver, which we're going to be getting tomorrow, Indris is in the top team for the Blightroom boss portion of the Titan Reaver. I'm going to show you the team formation and the score, showing you that Indris is actually somewhat meta for boss content. Now, probably still not enough for Dream Realm, generally speaking. However, overall, it has been a nice upgrade for him, and if you already haven't built on your account, you're going to be able to make a little bit better use of him. However, this is still probably not a reason to be rushing to build him or even rate up recruitment banner, unless you are a high spender. So yeah, there we have Indris. Now for Gerda's Supreme Plus skill upgrade is going to be, now Gerda overall is basically a PvP hero. Other than that, she has almost no use. Dream Realm, you don't want to run her, because she's kind of like a tank supportish, without actually providing buffs, just providing like healing and stunning. So it's mainly going to be just for PvP. Now, what does the Supreme Plus skill upgrade give her? Now, when allies enter her hot spring for the first time, they gain a shield that absorbs 300% attack multiplier damage, so basically a pretty decent sized shield. And for every 3 instances of healing the ally receives from the hot spring, so if they remain in the hot spring for a prolonged duration, they are going to get some more shielding, 150% attack multiplier shielding, and the total shield value from the skill cannot exceed 450% attack per ally at once. Okay, so overall, this is going to just make Gerda a little bit more effective in PvP. Now, you may be thinking, did anyone even ever use Gerda in PvP? She was actually used for melee comps, because you can get your melee heroes to run into her hot spring, and then the allies are unaffected when they are in the hot spring. That's basically the unique effect with her plus 10 exclusive equipment. They become unaffected for 5 seconds when they enter hot spring, and that can be pretty valuable, especially against enemy crowd control comps. And then also provide some healing, if you're running like a really tanky melee bruiser type comp, it has some value there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and first of all show you Indris in a duel battle, because there is no Titan Reaver on Pioneer server, so I can't actually show it to you there. And okay guys, so we found an enemy Ulna Perseus defense, which is definitely pretty interesting. Does have damage potential. Now, I'm going to try to go for definitely Gunner Ulna combo, because I've already talked about how that's really effective. Gunner is protected by Ulna. Gunner will then protect the Indris. All 3 heroes are basically not going to be killable. for the first 20 seconds of battle. We also have Alicent buffing up Indris here just for more penetration. And then I want to have a debuffer. Kulu is a great debuffer if you have her Mythic Plus, because she's going to have the explosive debuff on all of the enemies. And you want to have those debuffs. And also she protects your team with the wall and the range defense buff. So like overall, and then we have Star Shower Spell, just a really good offensive artifact. But I guess you could probably go for some different options, or even something that would debuff the enemies. Because, yeah, that's the important thing. In order to expose the weakness of enemies, you have to inflict 3 debuffs onto the enemy. And Indris himself does debuffs, but then having the Kulu debuff as another one is also good. So if you guys are going to watch this in action, let's go ahead and see what happens. So we already have 3 debuffs on the back on the Reaver, that's great. So that's going to trigger the exposed weakness. Indris is already casting ult 5 seconds into the match, which is amazing. Now, Persis and Ulna are going to be unaffected. That is a or like invincible. So we're going to have to wait for the duration of all of this to wear off. My Ulna as well is going to be invincible, but the question will be which hero is going to get popped first. So my Indris is going to go off again. We're going to defeat the enemy Ulna, and all that is left is a Perseus, and we're going to clean it up. So this shows you pretty effective use of Indris as a carry. Now the thing about this is that, honestly though, you're probably just better off running a carry like Marcel, or even a carry like Shemira. You don't have to use Indris. This is just basically to try to feature and showcase Indris in action, and to show, okay, he can kind of work in PvP. But if we just attack again and replace Indris for Shemira, just to show you like basically a side-by-side comparison, it's probably going to do exactly the same job. If not, maybe Shemira would be even slightly better. Let's see what happens here. So we're not going to nuke them as quickly. You're going to wait until the Shemira ultimate goes off. But when the Shemira ultimate is off, right, then it's just going to clean up like anything. Yeah, and it honestly comes down to just Ulna Gunner combo, and Ulna protecting the Gunner and Gunner protecting your hyper carry. It's a crazy synergy. And like whether you use Shemira, whether you use Marcella, everyone's going to get the job done. Like you guys see it, it did basically the same. Whether you had Indris here, whether you had Shemira here, whether you have Marcella here, or even Sylvan can actually work. There you have it. Okay, now we are going to try a Perseus comp. Okay guys, so we're gonna have some very difficult defenses to deal with, but I just want to try this one. So we're gonna go for a Perseus combo with Gerda. Have Gerda just jump right into the fight. Zandra gonna get rid of the boulder. That is good. And I want to have Coco in here. And we can have Alpha Bear buffing up Perseus as well. Coco's charms are going to increase melee damage of Perseus. Perseus is really one of the best melee hyper carries to be teamed up with this team. So we're going to have that. And for the final hero here, who do we want to run? I think we're going to go for Ulna. Just because they have a pretty Celestial Hypogean team. We're going to have Ulna protecting the Perseus. He's going to get the Temporary Stabber from Star Shower and Zandrock, which is going to give him a bit of buff. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is going to happen here. Gerda is going to jump in. We're going to have the Hot Swing set up. That's great. Perseus is already in there beating everyone up. And we do have a bit of extra shielding from the Hot Swing, as you guys can see. And Perseus gets off an ultimate. That's amazing. My Ulna goes down. My Ulna actually goes down really early, which I would not have predicted. But Perseus is going to clean it up. Yeah, I mean, Perseus can easily tank the Alicent ultimate, and we're going to clean it up there. Interesting how quickly the Ulna went down, but basically, the advantage of Gerda as well, if you guys didn't notice, is that even after Gerda dies, the Hot Spring remains active on the battlefield. So if you're going to have a melee comp that you're going to guarantee is going to battle in a specific area, having the Hot Spring just to add that additional healing, and then now shielding as well, that is going to be just giving your team a bit of an edge. So definitely, if you're going to be using Gerda, I would definitely recommend using her with Perseus, because Perseus is the best melee hyper carry we have. I mean, there are ideas you could use with like Harok and things like that, Harok Bruiser comps, but generally nowadays, Perseus is just the way to go for melee. So anyway guys, hopefully that gives you a decent look and decent idea of what these heroes are capable of after the Supreme Plus skill upgrade. Overall, I do not still consider Indris a PvP hero. I consider him purely a boss hero. Maybe this upgrade is going to be enough. It was enough for the Titan Reaver. Maybe it'll be enough for some other boss content. And Gerda, she's purely a PvP hero, and like, she's fine. However, she's not a major priority to be building up or Paragon upgrading. But if you're a big fan of melee comps, then she does have great synergy with melee teams especially. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts about Indris and Gerda in the comment section down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Firelight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.